Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Monday night channeled meditation. I'm Shelly Dressel, and I channel many different angels and light beings. And tonight is going to be a meditation where I channel the goddess of creation, and she works with each of us. Even though the channel is for a group of people, it's for each person to work individually on what it is that they might be going through. And she'll have a topic. That topic is whatever it might end up being. Tonight, the last, what was it? 2 weeks ago and a month before that, or hey, I'm coming through there. Anyway, it seems like we had a couple of eclipses there. And it was so interesting because I wondered why the solar eclipse was so early in the morning. And then someone said, no, it's a lunar eclipse. But to me, it felt like the sun. I don't know. It was just kind of funny. And then Denise and Twee and a couple of different people sent me pictures that they got, which great images. I woke up about 6 o'clock, which I think was my time, and I just said, I'm going back to sleep. So I did not go out and look at it. But then someone that is also in the Atlanta area said that we had a lot of clouds that night or that morning, so probably would not have seen it anyway. But, we have all these different things. We have the alignment of the stars. We have what is happening here on Earth. We have our own personal zodiac, and then we have our own personal life experiences that are coming down through our soul. So I was thinking about it the other day, and it seems like there's so many things that come into play when it comes to our lives. And I remember when I was younger feeling like, what do you call it? Like I was just going through the motions, and I was working. I didn't have kids at the time, but I was married, and we had a lot of friends and a lot of stuff that we were doing. And I remember thinking at the time that it was just going through the motions. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a way that it felt like it was purposeful. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then fast forward many years later, and suddenly I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning my choices. I'm questioning, and this is back in the 90s or something like that, when I began to channel and when I took my Reiki attunements and began to open up in that way. So I guess my point is, of course, I'm older, but my point is, when you look back at your life, you see all these different periods that you've had. And each period of your life or each experience, it may have felt like, wow, this is right where I need to be. And yet so dramatically different 10 years later, 15 years later, whatever it may be. Oh my gosh, this is just where I need to be. So I guess I was pondering that. And the energies have been very intense, as they have been recently. And I like today, like for example, last night, I really didn't sleep much at all. So all day today, I could not wake up. I was sleeping on the couch, and I'd wake up, I'd do something, I'd go back to sleep. And I'm like, where's all this laziness coming from? Because I tend to be very, very busy and active. And so even when we find ourselves just being sedentary or not doing anything, or, even that is exactly what we need to do on that day or week or several days or whatever it may be. Now, you can definitely go overboard and, get stuck in depression or get stuck in different things. But I guess I've just had a lot of pondering going on with all my sedentary experiences today. And these were just some of the things going through my mind of how different times can be, and yet how each time can be exactly what we needed it to be. Perhaps that's something the goddess is going to talk about. I don't know. But I do know, when we look back since the first of the year, everything has been about really helping each one of us to open up to more of our soul, to understand what our soul is in the impact of who we are, and recognizing how that is really the influence on everything that's happening in our life, not only for each of us individual, but every single human. And so there's many that's all processing through their unconsciousness. And then there's people that join a meditation like this, and it's there in your consciousness and the choices that you make and the things that you decide. So anyway, it's been a very, very interesting year, because here we are, the end. No, it's the middle of March. It's not the end of March. I was thinking it was the end of March. But the equinox is coming up now that I think about it. When is that? Today's the 16th. So I guess in about 6 days. Yeah. 4 or 5 days. So probably she's going to talk about that too. But there's just something about our life, our choices, our experiences. And I'm positive that a piece of this might also be about judgment too, and how we keep from judging ourselves so much, because as humans, and I think it went along with a lot of that negative energy that was just here on the planet, and that judgment and that criticism, and so much that was ego based. It was just much more intrinsic within us to be critical of ourselves. So anyway, I think we all stand here at this point where these big changes are taking place, and they can be very subtle and just go along with our everyday reality, or we can take it as an opportunity to really create changes or be aware of who we are and what's going on, and, just all the energy around it. Okay, got a little bit of a soapbox there, so sorry about that. I know you're here for a meditation, and we'll get started. Now, for this one, I do have people on the telephone, and I have people that I'm streaming, so it kind of goes both ways. If you want to ask a question when we get to the Q&A, I did post in the comments the phone number, so you can call into that number and then press *6, and that'll place you in the queue. And *6 or #6? #6, maybe. Anyway, I think it tells you what to do. And
I think it's *6.
It is *6. Okay, thanks, Kathy. So anyway, I'll get as many done as I can. I answer as many questions as I can. But here we go. This is always such a good time.
The recording has started. All participants are muted.
As we gather together this evening, I invite you to take a few breaths in. And these breaths are all what help to center you. They help to focus you. So take a deep breath in, where you breathe in through your nose and you hold that for a few seconds, and then you breathe out. And that moment of holding your breath, whether it's 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever length of time it is, all of that energy that within you is going straight to wherever your breath is focused. So take in another breath. This time hold it just a couple of seconds longer, and let all of your energy come and be present within you. And then as you breathe out, just breathe out any old energy or stress. Breathe out anything that's no longer serving you. And let this be an opportunity to just breathe in and out in a very balanced and relaxed way. Take in one more breath. This time, this breath is going even deeper within you, as if you breathe all the way down into your core, holding that there, anchoring that there, and then breathing out so that you can clear out, release, and let go of anything. And just continue throughout this meditation to breathe in and out gently and easily. Namasika Venia Benya. Namasika Venia Benya. I greet you, beloved family. I reach out from my heart to yours. I reach out at this now moment while you are here, wherever it is that you may be. Your life is very busy. Your life is filled with activities. Your life may have stress or strain. Your life may be one in which you are task-oriented. No matter what the perception of your life, it is whatever it may be in this now moment. So while we're here and we're going into meditation, take another deep breath in and just breathe inside of you. And all of those busy tasks that you have, just let them float away from you. Let them go. Let them flow so that you can utilize this time to be present within yourself. Life is very busy. You each have multiple different responsibilities. And when you get caught up in all of that, sometimes you might forget to pay attention to your spiritual self. You, as the spiritual essence that is you, is what gives meaning to everything in your everyday life. It is your spiritual self that expands your energy even further. It is your spiritual self that is your direct link into God, into your soul, and into the alignment with the angels and the light beings that are all here in support of you. Breathe in and out gently and easily, just feeling that energy, feeling how that presence is here for you. It does not take a lot for you to change your perception or change your perspective of how you feel, think, or sense what may be in and around you. As you breathe gently and easily, create a ball of energy around your heart center. As you tap into this energy of your heart, you may feel that chakra as it is moving. And as you tap into that movement of the energy body, you're activating your own love for self, love for whatever's around you, and your connection to the higher vibrational frequencies. You allow a stream of that to go down into your solar plexus. As it moves into your solar plexus, you feel that energy of connection. It then goes to your sacral center. Again, the connection, and then your root, and moves down into the earth plane. For many of you, this may feel just very routine, as if it just happens and you're not paying attention to the specific energy. So as you connect into the earth, feel Gaia, feel this vibration, feel this frequency of all that is here for you. Let that energy of Gaia come back up. It flows up through your root center, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart. It goes through your throat center, your third eye, your head center. and then into the crystalline energy body. From there, it moves into the space of your higher self. As you tap into your higher self, you can feel your energy expanding. When I say it expands, it not only is like you go through a corridor and then you open up into a wider space, it also becomes more transparent. It becomes more information or more of a vibration that can help you with your everyday life. You send that thread of energy, it goes even further from your higher center, from your higher self. It goes all the way up until it aligns or connects into your soul. And as your consciousness is moving into that space of your soul, just as it seemed to expand out in your higher self, it expands out even further as you get to the soul plane or you get to the vibration of you as your essence. We talk a great deal about your soul because there's so much change that is taking place. Your soul is that alignment to other lifetimes. It's that alignment into the God frequency. It is also the alignment into the galactic energies. I invite each one of you to picture as if you are standing here in the center of the space that is your soul, and feel how you can absorb all of that unconditional love, how you can absorb the light, the frequency, whatever information is needed for you in your everyday life. And as you stand here within the space, it is all coming into you. Your soul is your own. It cannot be invaded by anything else. There is a sense or a space of awareness that is just your soul. I, the goddess, come into this space of the soul plane. I reach out to each one of you, and as you invite me in, we merge our energies, which then moves you into the all that is. This is what we have done for 15 to 20 years, working in the all that is through that direct link or alignment into your soul. Because the all that is a place of creation. It is a place where you can bring in other vibrations and energies and frequencies. But you connect with your soul and then move over. As you look around the all that is, there is a change that has taken place over the last 3 to 4 months. In some ways, the area feels more empty. How many times did we arrive here and you would see everything that you've been working on would be laid out in front of you? However, now it's as if the vibration, the frequency, the energy has transitioned from what it used to be. There are many light vibrational frequencies present in the all that is that are coming from the universe. This is a place where you can practice utilizing your consciousness to receive information and give information at that high vibrational frequency. Have a sense of seeing yourself as if you are standing in front. As you observe yourself, you can see that pure white light that moves up and down through your crystalline energy body, and that is your soul essence. That is that crystalline frequency. You also have your physical body. As it takes shape of what your physical body looks like, you might observe places where you have discomfort, places where there's a chronic problem, places in your physical body where it is not fully supporting you. So here, in the all that is, as you look at your physical body, recognize how this is your opportunity to be completely healthy, completely balanced, and with a physicality that fully supports you. Allow that to move up and down as it's blending with your crystalline energy body. You have your emotions. Sometimes your emotions are very fluid. Sometimes they're heavy and solid. But as your emotions are moving in and out of this hologram that has the crystalline and your physical body, observe how some of the emotions you may feel have an impact on your physical body. When you get stuck in negative thinking, or perhaps depression, or anything that makes you less than, you see how those aches and pains show up again. So frequently, what you feel in your physical body relates to the emotions. As you flip that, look at how joy, happiness, excitement, look how that once again creates a more fluid movement in your physical body. There may still be aches and pains that are hanging on, but they are not as solid. So just pay attention as you're looking at this hologram. You have your thoughts, your beliefs, which frequently will give you structure to your everyday life. Do you have any limiting beliefs? If so, let them come up to your awareness at this time. As I said that, I could hear some people saying, I would love to finish school or get a particular career, but I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or I don't have whatever it may be, all of which may be a truth for you. But if you have a limiting belief here in the all that is, take that up, just pull it up by the roots, whether it's that or something completely different. Just bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. And let go of any limiting beliefs that you may have. Feel how that crystalline energy moves through your physicality, how it moves through your emotions, and let it move into your mental body, your thoughts, your beliefs, your reality, the way in which you interact with yourself and with others. What would it feel like if your beliefs centered around, I can accomplish whatever I seek to do? And as I open that doorway, I understand that step by step, opportunities will come my way. What would it be like if you had a belief system or a mental process that was a part of you? So when you met other people and you interacted with them, you communicated at a high vibrational level. You could see them through the eyes of love. You could experience them through this reality of potential. Here in the all that is, recognize how your beliefs, your thoughts, your reality can very much be a response to the choices that you make. As I said that, I saw so many people just, it was like they just opened up and this pinkish lavender beam of light just came down into every one of you. That light is a universal love. That light is coming from you out in the universe. And it is supporting and anchoring how you create your reality in this moment. Here you are. If you could have the life that you truly dream about, how would it look? Where would you live? Who would you be in relationship with? What type of work would you do? As you are here in this moment, try it on Experience what it is that you think you like and see if it resonates with you. How many times have you had an illusion or perception of what you wanted to manifest, and then when it happened, it wasn't what you were seeking? Be open, be flexible, so that you will know when to let something go and when to embrace what is coming in. For all of you, there are waves upon waves of energy moving through. The equinox is coming up in just a few days. That is the balance of spring with the balance of fall. This planet is always intrinsically balanced. You need only look at how the hemispheres balance one another. So here within the all that is, as if you stand on the edge of your space and you're looking out at the universe, have that perception of the sun and moon, of the fall and the spring, of the masculine and feminine, anything that will create balance for you as you're looking out in front of you. Look at it all. See it for what it is. Fascinating. I have not noticed this before, but I saw some people that really needed more of the springtime and they were moving into the winter. They reached over and took some of that energy and said, I need more light. I need more new beginnings. I need more spring in my life. You may absolutely do this. This is here for you to step into the balance and for you to also consciously choose what you feel you need to have in your life. If you would like, have a sense of stepping into the midst of all of that. What is fascinating to me is while you are in the all that is, it is as if you are stepping on a solid surface. But anytime you step out into the universe, it's as if you are suspended in the air or you're walking on energy. So move into that space, feel the balance from so many things as they move through you from multiple different directions. I also see that this is causing each one of you to grow and expand even larger. There is no limit to how much energy you can take on. It is here. It is supportive of you. It is yours. And as you stand here in this midst, be open to receive this energy, which also represents unconditional love. Feel what it is to just be present with love, feeling as if you are surrounded and nurtured and supported by love. This is how you create in your life. This is how you experience energy. And just as all of this is moving through your consciousness and you have that perception, it is also filling up your unconscious energies. Sometimes it is creating clarity. Sometimes it is what is supporting that expanded DNA. Sometimes it's creating opportunities that will step into your life as it moves from the unconscious into the conscious. When you're ready, take a step back into your place within the all that is. For each one of you, I ask you, do you allow yourself to receive? Do you allow others to give support to you? Do you experience life knowing that you are not alone? Look around within this space and you may see friends, family, loved ones, potential people that are also here with you. You can still be strong and independent and receive love, support, and companionship from others. You are not meant to be completely alone. I feel as if people's hearts are just growing and expanding, because the more you receive, the more there is. Just as you looked at the emotions and those that you could see were shutting you down and those that you could see were opening you up, as you receive love, support, companionship from others, it opens you to receive even more. Let that wash through you. I invite everyone to come together as a group. And as you create that circle of energy, observe the light available in everyone. Observe how you become even brighter as you stand in and amongst these others. Coming up within this circle, you see that hologram of the earth. Because we were working with the equinox, it is already infused with light. You still can add even more of whatever your own balance means to you. Let it move within. Let it move into this hologram. Feel how you are a part of the hologram. And as it fills up, there is that balance that goes out, blending with the universe. There is the remainder that moves down. It moves through the layers of the earth plane. It moves through the collective consciousness. It cleans out anything that no longer serves you, supporting it with this light, and then moving down into the center of the planet. And then it reverses, coming back up, where each one of you are anchored in the earth. You are bringing up your own transition that you experienced this evening. It is anchoring within you. It's also coming up in the water, the trees, the grass, the animals. this balance, this openness to receive, this acceptance that you can be even more than what you think is all present and is all intrinsic within each one of you. You let the remainder of your consciousness come back down. It comes from the all that is, moves through the soul plane. It streams down through your higher self. It comes down through your head center, anchoring once again within your heart. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And as this is anchoring you back into your physical body, everything that you experienced is also here in your energy. It's in your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body. All that you felt while in the all that is still present in and around your physical reality. Breathe in and breathe out, accepting and receiving who you are. If you would like to ask a question, you may press *6 on your phone.
Q&A session has started.
And as that puts you in the queue, we will answer as many questions as we can. If you're watching the video, you should have the phone number.
Good evening, Goddess. I lost my voice.
Uh-oh.
I just wonder what you see for me, what might be helpful. I did have some things come up with my lawsuit and all that really bothered me, and tried to let that go. And then an old who I used to talk to all the time from ski school, very light, not a very deep relationship, just kind of disappeared. But I was thinking I really should not be talking with him that much anymore, because he was very big on Trumpism and extremism. I didn't hear it from him, but I started to bother me, and he disappeared. And then someone sneezed on me a few days ago in a store, and now I lost my voice. Anything helpful?
Yep. So in the all that is, as you were in that space and creating and balancing and finding everything, you can find a way to let go the laryngitis, let go of the disturbing news. People, you know, one of the dualities that's been seen on this planet is people with diverse opinions not wanting to be around one another or listen to one another and staying only with your own opinion, which for most everyone, that feels better to you. But that felt like it was an opportunity to, okay, you can be you, I can be me, we can be different, but we can still be friends. That being said, frequently friendships do run their course, and then it no longer resonates with you to be around them. So I see that relationship as being kind of a combination of those two things. So the stuff that that came up as far as the lawsuit that you mentioned, the laryngitis, all of that feels as if it reflects your immune system, or it reflects knocking you out of balance. And then it's up to you to say, okay, this is what's going on. Okay, I got sneezed on. You know, you could have been sneezed on and still not gotten sick. I'm not 100% sure, convinced that you got sick because of the sneeze, but I know that that's the reality that you feel. So the point I'm making here is that you've worked for so many years to find your balance, to be in your place of balance. And then when one thing seems to knock you down, then that makes you susceptible for the next and the next and the next. And then suddenly you feel like, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. So remember that it is not overwhelming, that you have done the work, that you can look at each one of these things individually and take whatever it is that you want to take from it and then let go the rest, instead of letting outside experiences create the feeling and the experience you have every day. Does that make sense, beloved?
Yes. Definitely.
So just that reminder for you, because we know that you've you've been here before and you've been on the other side of this before, and so as the ascension process continues, just like with that onion, as people go around and around and around, there are certain things that will come up again and again. And it's up to, okay, I can let this pull me down and be in a negative place, or I can see what it is, not let it affect me energetically, but still respond to it, do what I need to do. And by keeping it detached, it allows you to stay in your place of divinity and still get done or still do whatever it is you need to do.
Right. Okay.
All right, beloved.
Does it feel like I need to do anything or just do what we just talked about? It's inner work.
Well, we feel like if once you kind of like look at these situations as like, okay, this is what came up. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to find balance. I'm going to do, just go through those various experiences. And then you'll know, I'm going to let that go, or I'm not going to let that go. I'm still going to, you'll know what you need to do. To us, as we look at you right now, we see it could go either way. There is no right or wrong.
Okay. Thank you, Goddess.
You're welcome.
Hello, Goddess.
Hello.
This is kind of strange, but this is just ordinary life questioning. Whenever I purchase something expensive and I have it delivered to me, it seems to like avoid me. And I had this package supposed to be delivered to me. The guy didn't knock on the door, and then I requested redelivery. And he didn't deliver it, or I don't know what's going on. But and this is like the second time that when I purchased something expensive. So I don't, when I look at it, I wonder if it's me or it's him. What's the information background? And I sense that something in the collective that is moving through, and this person is not fully present, and it's just in the unconscious. So I was really angry, upset. I almost become a Karen. I'm like, wow, this is so unusual for me to be a Karen. So I just had to stop today and really pray for everybody and for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So can you give me some insight of what's going on?
So there has been a lot of turbulence in the energy. There always is a certain amount, but sometimes it's a little more than other times. And like the person ahead of you and now you're both getting knocked out of your balance. So if there's something in the collective consciousness, if there's something that the individual that was the delivery person, it's not 100% theirs, because then it would not happen to you, because you would not be in a resonance to receive it. So there is still something inside of you that's questioning value, because you said something expensive. Am I valuable? Am I worth it? Do I deserve this? Those type of energies are around it. And then, because if you felt, okay, this is great, I'm treating myself, I'm so excited, this is going to be fabulous, I just can't wait, then everything would have gone very smoothly. But between the things that happened and your reaction to it, this is showing you, here's an opportunity for you to look inside and say, why am I worthy to receive this? Why am I giving myself a hard time about receiving this? Why am I literally not letting myself receive it because it's not being delivered? So those types of questions is what I would have you ask yourself. So yes, there is stuff in the collective consciousness that's going on. Yes, chances are there is something in that individual's energy that's playing into all of this, but there's also something in yours that's in that vibration to receive it. So It feels like this is just an opportunity for you to become very clear about value, because that's been an ongoing thing throughout your lifetime at various times, about how you value yourself and how you love, honor, and respect. So especially tonight's journey, talking about the balance of the equinox, this is a great way for you to not only heal this, and it doesn't feel like this is this big, huge thing that you need to deal with. It feels like it's the type of thing that when you go in and you ask yourself, what am I worthy of? Do I deserve it? It's going to be just like bling, 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 bling. Things will fall into place and you'll get it. And then it's going to transition very quickly. And then you'll receive the delivery and everything will be just fine. Does that make sense to you, beloved?
How fascinating.
Indeed.
Unconscious work. Work on the school.
Yeah, but don't create something more than what it is. Yes, it's something there. Yes, it's something to look at, but it's something that you've worked on many times. And so it does not feel like it's something deeply anchored. It feels like it's something there for you to create clarity. And then when you have that clarity, things transition easily.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, beloved.
Hi, Goddess.
Hello.
Thank you very much for your wisdom. Hi. Thanks very much for your wisdom regarding balance and receiving. Your words are actually really appropriate for us right now as we find ourselves in a balancing act, working to live as if we were financially abundant so we don't carry the energy of lack and fear.
Yes.
And I've been working very hard at my business, putting in long hours. However, because we're on a very small fixed income, we've gotten ourselves into significant credit card debt just to survive.
Mm-hmm.
My question is there something I'm missing or something I need to pay attention to in order to bring in our financial abundance?
So, we see the credit card debt, we see the debt and the energy around you and what that represents to you. We also see it just dissolving and disappearing. So we have always believed, whether it's Nasari Jasara, whether it's quantum financial system, whether it's changes in governments, there's so many different things that are happening right now. And wherever it comes from, there is going to be a relief that comes from something that goes across to all of humanity. And so we see that just kind of taking care of a lot of the day by day things and lets you then focus on your business without all the other stress going on. So we do see that happening like within 1 to 2 months. It really, really, really feels like it was around the equinox because that's about balance. It's about balance in everything in the world or on the planet. And so, obviously, it hasn't happened yet, and so it could be as quickly as 1 to 2 months. But don't live your life on something coming in. I mean, we see it there, and so we're confirming what we know, what you know to be true. But don't say, okay, I'm going to do this because someone outside of me is going to save me. Instead, as you're in this in-between phase, as you're still there handling the debt, handling your business, if you can figure out a way to put the debt like, okay, it's sitting over here. I recognize that it's right there. It's not going anywhere and I'm taking care of it the way I need to take care of it. And let me focus on what my joy is. My joy is my business. My joy is how I can help others. My joy is how I'm expressing myself, because the way that we see it, our perception is with the restriction of the debt, it's limiting you for your business. And that needs to flip. You need to be able to have unlimited joy, abundance, and experience with your business. And then that's going to slide over into the debt. Does that make any sense to you, beloved, how we see that?
Oh, it totally does. Yeah. It's a perception.
Perception. Yes, exactly. And I'm going to take this moment too, and all of that constricted energy around the debt, all of that, that's been holding you back. We want to just bring it up, and just clear it out. Okay. And then just clear out your energy bodies. And then let that be like a boost, and let that help get you into that different perception.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
You're welcome, beloved.
Hello, beloved goddess.
Hello.
Jane.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question. I have something going on in my belly. It's been going on for 4 years. Can you see anything? Do I need to see a doctor? I really do not want to see a doctor.
We're seeing inflammation. We're seeing like acid reflux. We're seeing imbalance. We're seeing stress. We're seeing anxiety. And so it feels like, so our perception, again, we're not doctors. This is just a perception that's coming to us. We don't see anything that looks like a solid mass in the way, but we do see massive inflammation throughout your entire abdomen. And we feel like that inflammation is what's causing acid reflux. It's causing other problems that you've had in your digestive tract, bloating, discomfort, trouble with certain foods. And that in and of itself creates more anxiety, and then that increases it. It feels like it's one of those that's like a vicious cycle. It does feel like it's something that that like over the counter supplements would help you with this. And also, where you are right now, there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to go to the doctor, but maybe there's something serious, but I don't want to go to the doctor. So that's a piece of this puzzle that is causing you to be stressed out over it. And that just increases the inflammation and it increases the stress. So, so what you need to do is find a place inside of you that can say, okay, I've had this stuff going on with my abdomen, and I need to find peace inside of me. And then as you find a balance within you, as you find harmony within you, then many of these symptoms will go away on their own. So I mean, how perfect on the equinox to have something that's talking about balance and that you're feeling it so much in your physicality. But we always believe that you're in this place in history where you have different types of ways of treating things available to you. So use what's available to you. Use what resonates with you, and because we do see a potential that it could be easily treated going to a regular doctor. However, so we're just saying don't shut a door in case it might be something simple that gets you in and helps you feel better, and then you can go back to that place of where you are. So health and your physicality is about more than just your physical body. It is your physical reaction to your thoughts and beliefs, to your emotions, to any balance that you have in your life, any stress that you have in your life. It's expressing itself through your physical body. So work on the things in the background, and then your physical body will calm down and find its balance within. Does that make sense to you, beloved, how we see that?
Absolutely. I was just mainly concerned that it was, let's say, the C word or something, but I kept feeling, no, it wasn't cancer. But everything you said makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't see it either, but of course, we're not 100%. We just are looking from this perception and through the alignment that we have with you. We feel like the overwhelming messages coming to us is about stress, inflammation, out of balance, and things like that.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, beloved.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Hi. Okay, so as the new year has approached, September and spring equinox coming up, I have so much energy around me besides my little personal problems, but change coming. It's causing me anxiety.
My biggest issue is my 40-year marriage. That's absolutely joyless, and I am done. I still love this person, but I love myself more. And I'm not really sure if I'm imagining it, if I'm still being in the old-fashioned mindset of you have to stay married or whatever. I just don't know what to do.
Right. So it's a really, really hard question. We've seen that in multiple different people, especially when people take two different pathways in their life, where one is maybe more spiritual and looking at different opportunities, and one is seemingly in a rut. But the two things that you said that kind of stuck out to us is, number one, it's been 40 years, so that's a significant amount of your life. Two, you still love the individual, and we understand love changes over time. You know, it's not always the same as what it was when you were younger. But those two things alone would say, it feels like there's a communication breakdown, and it could be because you guys seemingly are on these two very different pathways from each other. But it feels like communication is number one, figuring out a way that the two of you can really communicate with one another. And then if you do decide that you go your separate ways, then it will be from a place where both of you are open and aware and conscious of what may be going on. Our sense with this individual that is your husband is, so, okay, we're going to backtrack. We've looked at many couples over the years, and it's not in the least bit uncommon for people to find themselves on these two different places and like two different perspectives of life. And frequently when we might look at one and say, okay, that person's completely shut down. They're never going to change. They're, you know, maybe they're even abusive or something like that. And when we look at your spouse, we really don't have that really shut down energy. It feels like there's stubbornness on both your parts. But when we look at him, we feel that same genuine caring for you that you have for him. And so we're just hearing a lot about communicate. So that, you know, there's, gosh, we couldn't, you know, there's so many different ways in which you can do this, but it feels like you both are, it's like, what do they call that? Detente in the house or something like that, like the Cold War is going on in the house. Yeah. And so it almost feels like writing letters, like, you know, handwriting a letter. You know, I cannot seem to express myself to you when I talk, but I just want you to know. And so it feels like something needs to be done to transition this. When we look at the future for you, we see it 50-50, and we're not exaggerating. We see 50-50 that you guys find a way to find yourself back to one another, and you have a new relationship moving forward. Where it is right now, it's not going to stay together because you guys are both in a place of becoming more separate from one another all the time. So we do see the potential that you guys will go your separate ways. However, balance to that is you do figure out a way to communicate again. You do figure out a way to find that common ground, to find that love that you have between you, because he does look more open than what he's expressing to you. And so we do see that potential there that you guys will find your way back. So when people are in this, in a place like this and they're really stuck, then when you go into meditation, just, you know, pull out cords, pull out the energy, get to a place where you can find yourself detached from it. Because when things get shut down and when people are no longer able to communicate, it's because you're hooked into the energy, and that gets your ego up, and that gets your resistance up, and that gets your anger up and your defiance up, and then you're not going anywhere. So as much as you can detach until you can get to that place where you see yourself and you honor, love, and respect yourself. You see the other individual, you honor, love, and respect that individual, and you two may be totally separate from one another. But then, okay, is there common ground? what brought us together in the first place, and that way you've shifted the energy from where you're stuck right now, and by disconnecting everything, that allows you both to just rise to a higher vibration or frequency, and then you see what you can come back together and find. Does that make sense to you, beloved?
Yeah. Yes, it's just that I see myself as such a more wanting the adventure and the freedom to live life. He's very like a dud.
Yeah.
He's a dud.
You see,
And he
indeed.
never wants to do anything with me. I go to places by myself, and
Right.
I'm just feeling so done. Like I'm not going to change him.
Well, and
I want to live.
Indeed. And so he needs to understand the importance of what that is to you. And he needs to understand his responsibility in this also. And when just looking at him, the way he comes across to us is he's oblivious. He knows that he doesn't want to go to these places with you. He knows. But if he recognizes that, okay, I'm going to lose my marriage over this, well, heck, maybe I better step up. Maybe I better do something different. That's what we're feeling in him.
Right.
He does not realize how serious you are and how serious the situation is.
Right. Yeah, and if he doesn't, it's going to change.
Exactly.
It will have to.
Exactly. Exactly. But we're looking at him now, and we're nudging him, and we're sending him impulses that, wake up, come together, communicate, and so hopefully that'll help things too.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Q&A session is over. All participants are muted.
As we bring this time to a close, consider balance in your life. Consider what it is when you find balance up at a higher light frequency, where seemingly there are no limits, that everything is a potential. And then look at balance in your everyday life, when you're living your life, when you're looking around, when you're interacting with others. And find a way that you can have that unlimited balance in your everyday life. You guys are the masters of energy. You are the ones that have lived through amazing transitions. You are each very powerful. So understand and accept that as a truth within you. Beloved, know that I am ever within you. Ansaluia.